Hello, everyone. Look, I did another panel. After that grind through the other net, I did this net. Did a lot of hatching. And change it up a little bit. Now I'm going to do this middle panel, or try. But this is page 13. I did some pencils for page 14, and I decided, like, we're going to switch scenes to the castle. The library castle. Look, there's a hedge maze. And we have one of our frogs going to tell them that, you know, what they've got. They basically got a champion, right? So there's our queen of the library. She's her her crown is based on a chess piece, which is itself based on a crown. So I don't know, kind of an Inception thing there. Um, this is setting up a big battle between Brillig and the Jub, the Jub bird. Now I want to start. My instinct is, of course, to start on Brillig, but that's not where I should start. I should actually start on these frogs. And I'm using the wrong brush. Let's use this one. See, look at that. You can get really thick if you need to. Not that I need to. I don't know if I need to. A frog hand. Anyway, come all you petty tyrants. Let's see how you fare. Make sure that my seams are correct. Not much to it, you know, these. When you get a frog from, and also not only that, it's a these are cartoon characters, so we don't have to get too realistic, you know, by design. Let's show one of them from the front. I actually don't know if frogs really have teeth. They must have some kind of teeth. The secret to cartoony characters is simplicity and proportion. If you can keep those two ideals in mind, even your most cartoony of characters has a good chance of coming out somewhat realistic looking. The other thing is, it's important to give it, no matter how you draw your cartoony characters, to consider giving them a normal three-dimensional world to interact in. You see this in cartoons all the time. I don't know if you've ever watched, like, for example, the Bears. The Bears? Or is it just the Bear Bears? Or is it the Three Bear Bears? Three Bear Bears. That's a good show. I enjoyed that one. The characters are drawn quite simply, but the world is given a lot of care as a three-dimensional environment. I quite like that one. Three Bear Bears. I'm gonna have to watch that again. I've only watched I think I've watched like a couple of seasons of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I do remember really enjoying it. All of the frogs are celebrating capturing Brillig in dodo form, and we're hoping this makes the reader wonder, well, what are they going to do with him? Of course, that's what the whole purpose of this panel here is, so we can articulate that. And we won't make them wait very long. We're gonna jump right into it by page 14 and explain that the Jubjub bird is approaching, and Jubjub bird breathes fire. So the card soldiers are not going to be very useful. And they're going to have also some kind of prophecy that says they need a champion who's an outsider. And then the frogs put it together that it could be this dodo. And then we're going to have the setup for a really great battle. This is not a good hand. What's going on here? There we go. A little bit better. Oops. I'm wondering if I could I could do some spotting here. Indeed, like Hasbro has given up on the attempt to quote unquote deauthorize the OGL. I think they probably examined it from a legal standpoint and realized they couldn't do it. I mean, the idea was that nobody would fight back if they did it. And I think that they're now put in a situation where, I don't know, maybe it's not guaranteed that they would lose, but there's a good chance that they would, and there's a good chance that they would be a robustly crowd-funded defense that would also result in even more bad news for Wizards. So they took probably the only choice they had left. Now I think what needs to happen is they have to get rid of Chris Cow or Sal, however his name is pronounced. Oh, and by the way, they've lost people for good. Nobody's coming back. People they lost are not going to ever publish under um, the system anymore because of the danger of them trying to use some legal trickery to yank it all back. Whoever drove this disastrous state of affairs for Wizards of the Coast, and I believe that is definitely Chris Cow, as well as Cynthia Williams, neither of which have ever actually played much. Um, that should be it for them. This Kyle kid that they got doing their press releases, I don't know what they were thinking with him. He goes, I know I'm one of you. I'm a co-op gamer. Like, that's an online gaming term. It's not a D&D term. A lot of these frogs are shown from the rear, which is not ideal. I need to get into the sides to show the front of the frogs so that readers have a more, balanced view of what they look like. All right. There we go. All the frogs have big spots on them. All right. We'll have to figure out some kind of texture or nuance that'll, kind of fill in these dudes. There we go. If you get a frog from the front, you can see his bow tie or his cravat. Unless they all have cravats. I just look at my net again. I was looking at the video of it today. I realized. It wasn't easy to pull off. Sort of lace cuffs. I did when I was coming up with the design for the princess. I don't have the sketchbook with me right now. It's at work, but I did a scene and it was the princess and she was surrounded by the card guards, and then there was a frog in the foreground, and it all looked great, because it's perfect. It's the frog courtier, the princess rather. Playing card looking guys. Like design wise, it was pretty cool. What if we put like just a hand randomly? As if there's even more frogs that are out here. Let's do this one. Well, one thing's for sure, by the end of this, I'll have plenty of experience drawing frogs, or at least a certain type of frog. All right. Here's that collar piece. I don't know if this is happening here. Okay. I was looking for areas of graphical uncertainty where the line looks shaky. If the line looks more confident, I'm inclined to let it slide even if it's wrong. Whoops. But if it looks, like shaky, I feel like removing it. For example, I want a nice smooth transition there. There we go. I think that's the thought that goes into like all these people that just use vector art. They go, look, this line is more confident. And the lines are usually very, very correct in vector art, but they're also just so soulless, they're so lifeless when you look at them. There's no variation, there's no line weight, nothing like that. Even something as subtle as using a heavier line weight on the side away from the light, it can convey a lot of, let's do this. Convey light, shading, three-dimensionality, all that stuff. Okay, we got some guys in black, some guys in white. Just want to I don't like that line. All right. Going pretty well. So through the weekend, I'm hoping to get through this page, this whole panel, and then get into page 14, which is right here. I like to create problems for myself. This is my labyrinth. In the back here, we're going to have this castle, and I wonder about this. Shouldn't have that big curve over here. It should be probably closer to dead on right there. And something like that. And we've got to set up the reasons why, set up and articulate the reasons why she's afraid of the Jub bird, which is going to be that it has fire. We're going to say that the castle is built out of library books too. I assure you it will burn. And then also, once the battle's over, we establish, we'll explain why the Jub bird is attacking. And then we'll get into the second challenge, the frumious Bandersnatch. And then finally, there'll be the story of the Jabberwock. And that'll be the whole comic. And I don't know how many pages this is going to turn out to be. This might be one of my longest comics because I'm already on page 13, 14. I'm on 13, really. But I've got a good solid 2 or 3 chapters to go, and the chapters look to be about 10 pages each. So we'll see. This might be like a 40 or 50 page comic at the end of it. So interspersed, we're going to work on Tarzan, just to keep doing fun stuff too. Not that this isn't fun. Keep doing my other pulpy stuff. Also, this weekend, tomorrow, and you'll see a video about it, we're going to be announcing the next 9-volt theme. I can tell you that adventure is in the lead right now as a theme. So it'll be called Adventure Awaits, which is a pretty open theme. You can make anything into an adventure. And here is a invite to the Adventures in Comic Making Discord. If you're interested in hanging out with us and making comics and maybe taking part in the anthology. It's done for fun. It is indeed print on demand, but at cost. So basically, whatever the printer charges is how much the book costs. And it will be the 8th official volume in the series and the 11th volume overall of the 10th volume. 8th and then 10th volume of 9-volt anthologies. And we're quite proud. You can contribute as many stories as you like, as many or as few. You get to keep all your creators' rights, including reprint rights of your own work. If it just motivates you to try and put something together for this anthology, and then you're like, you know what, I'm going to go and beef this up, or even not doing anything at all to it, but I'm going to reprint it on my own, you are welcome to do so. That's kind of what I do. It's just too hard to monetize something that's been worked on by, upwards of 10 people, because nobody knows how to split it. So the anthology itself is done cheaply. If you want to take your own work and monetize it, you're certainly welcome to do it. We do it for fun. All right. I think we're at 30 minutes right now. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more of Brillig, more frogs, more dodos and nets, more vicious monster barbarian battles, because there will be a huge one coming up. I'm really excited about drawing the Jub Jub. The Jub Jub. The Jub Jub is going to be hilarious. And I will see you later. All right.